Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Liam is stunned by Steffi's confession, Deacon and Carter fight. Spoilers for Tuesday, April 8th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Liam Spencer will be shocked by Steffi Forrester's confession, and that Deacon Sharp and Carter Walton will fight at Forrester Creations. After undergoing emergency surgery, Liam had just woken up at the hospital and grasped Steffi's hand. Although Liam's condition is obviously still rather bad, he was able to open his eyes. Naturally, Steffi was ecstatic to see Liam staring back at her. Although she won't be fully aware of the events of Tuesday's B&B episode, Steffi will provide updates as Liam struggles to recall them. Steffi is the one who discovered Liam just in time, albeit she is unsure of how he was hurt. When Liam learns that Steffi saved his life, he would undoubtedly concur with Dr. Grace Buckingham's assessment that Liam owes Steffi his life. Even though Liam is currently unable to express much, he will be completely amazed when Steffi admits to saving him and being by his side ever since. Liam will be immensely thankful that Steffi was present the entire time. Naturally, with a brain injury like this, some confusion and memory loss may occur. If B&B wants to truly boost the ante, there's a chance Liam will eventually think he's still married to Steffi. Steffi will eventually need to speak with John Finnegan on Liam's experience. Later this week, Finn will speak with Dr. Buckingham regarding Liam's case. It will be interesting to hear their thoughts. Deacon will be furious with Carter in the Forrester design office for betraying Hope Logan. Deacon will vent his rage since he believes Carter abandoned Hope and betrayed all of his commitments. On Tuesday's show, Deacon will utilize his expertise in martial arts to his advantage by karate kicking Carter when the fight gets physical. Following many blows from Deacon, Carter will retaliate by delivering a few of his own. Hope will need to draw some conclusions regarding the future of her life. Hope will be shaken up and may become more determined to fight for a future with Liam after learning about his experiences. Steffi's tough call delivers heartbreaking news to Finn and Kelly. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester and Liam Spencer are expected to pick up a very thrilled Kelly Spencer. For hours, Kelly has been waiting tensely for her father to show up, but he hasn't yet. Liam was discovered unconscious by Steffi in the driveway of Bill Spencer, Don Diamont. Is it not appropriate for Steffi to inform Kelly about her father? John Finnegan's concerns are growing. Tanner Novlan's character John Finnegan is awaiting Liam's arrival so he may pick up his child. Finn grows increasingly concerned as Kelly's anxiety increases. How come Liam hasn't shown up yet? Without at least a phone call, Liam never arrives late to pick up Kelly. By now, Kelly would want to give her dad a call to check on him. Steffi should be aware that her daughter is becoming nervous and that Liam won't be coming to pick up Kelly. Should Steffi not be picking up the phone and telling Kelly where her dad is while the doctors are tending to Liam, rather than yelling at his bedside? She needs to be informed of what is happening. Steffi Forrester's feelings for Liam Spencer are still present. Steffi says she only has feelings for Liam because they are friends. However, Steffi's behavior is mostly motivated by feelings and has little to do with friendship. Steffi and Liam had a history of reconciliation and separation. But Steffi thinks she belongs here. Steffi needs to stop being so protective of Liam. Steffi is opposed to Liam dating someone he chooses for himself. Even months earlier, when Liam and Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, were re-establishing their relationship, Steffi interrupted their date. Ivy wanted to make an effort to get back in touch with her former spouse. Steffi had no intention of letting this occur. Steffi Forrester must get over this. It's clear that Steffi worries about Liam. But Steffi must also be concerned for her daughter. If Kelly's father doesn't arrive, she will be devastated. If Finn understood what was going on, he could manage this quite easily. But Steffi hasn't even bothered to give him a call to let him know what's happening with Liam. Is Steffi in any way shocked by what she discovered? Why doesn't Steffi try to call her spouse and get her act together? Steffi is aware that this could be reported in the media at any time, is she not? Shouldn't Steffi get up and give Finn a call before someone else does? Liam's daughter must be informed of what transpired. In order for Finn to tell Kelly about this, Steffi must be honest with him. Deacon's violent altercation, Liam's thankful awakening. Here are spoilers for Tuesday, April 8, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate Liam Spencer waking up and discovering what Steffy Forrester Finnegan has done on today's episode. Deacon Sharp and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, get aggressive in the interim. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Don't forget to check out our B&B spoilers for next week, here. Liam Spencer awakens. Fans will see what transpires once Liam wakes up in tomorrow's episode. Liam ultimately required emergency surgery due to brain hemorrhage. Grace Buckingham informed Steffy that Liam might suffer brain damage during the emergency surgery. Appreciative patient. The doctor will be able to tell how Liam is doing by his first words and movements now that he has woken up. Since Liam recognizes Steffy and is appreciative that she has been there for so long, he must not have severe brain damage. Liam will always be appreciative of Steffy, especially after discovering that her quick thinking is the only reason he is still alive. The soap opera appears to be preparing for a steam reunion. Needless to say, Steffy believed she was still married to Liam when she awoke from her coma. Thus, we can be surprised by the soap opera. The confrontation of Deacon Sharp. According to Tuesday, April 8 teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon will keep arguing with Carter at Forrester Creations. Hope Logan was assured by Deacon that he would look after Carter and the Forresters. Deacon showed up at Carter's office a little while later, so he obviously meant it. Walton, Carter, attacked. Deacon will likely criticize the COO for shattering Hope's heart in tomorrow's episode. Carter states in a promotional video that he believed Hope would comprehend. Deacon doesn't think the response is sufficient, so he punches the COO after kicking him in the leg. Carter will likely charge back at Deacon as soon as he gets up. Read more, Steffy and Hope fight for Liam again on The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. April 8, 2025 Tuesday. It should take a day or two for this fight to air. Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, is seen in a picture on the network's press website standing between Carter and Deacon. With her hands raised, Daphne is attempting to break up the fight between the males. Daphne definitely didn't anticipate seeing this side of Carter. Simultaneously, it will force Daphne to persuade Carter to let go of Hope, permanently. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? On one of his Instagram pictures, a fan commented that Wyatt Spencer was paying a visit because of Liam Spencer's serious illness. Darren liked the message. Following a heated dispute in Bill Spencer's mansion, Liam passed out and flatlined in the hospital. He had suffered a head injury after falling on the steps outside and then hitting the coffee table inside, according to Steffy Forrester. A few years have passed since Darren last appeared on the show, but it sounds like he is still keeping up. If not, he must be conversant with the scenario to have liked the concept, unless his old bold and beautiful co-workers are keeping him up to date on storylines. Liam's brain is bleeding, and he could die. According to Dr. Grace Buckingham, Liam may die because of a brain bleed, but the main question is whether the bleeding was present before he passed out. Liam was ordered not to return after Bill left, and his relationship with his father had deteriorated to the point where he felt lightheaded and a little disoriented. When he woke up and saw his head was bleeding, he attempted to flee, but his eyesight became blurry and he started to go down. When he reached the yard steps, he passed out once more, and Steffy discovered him there. However, something had to be the cause of the symptoms he was having after Bill left. The brain bleed was probably caused by something other than his accident. Over the weekend, showrunner Casey Kasperzik posted an intriguing tweet on X, the social media site that was formerly known as Twitter. Fans should keep an eye out for big, bold and beautiful news breaking next week, he said. However, he did not respond to any fan inquiries on the tweet. Fans have speculated that Matthew Atkinson may return as Thomas Forrester, and that could also be in the works. Could Casey's major post be the return of Darren Brooks as Wyatt Spencer, at least for a brief storyline? Wyatt's reappearance at this point, when Liam is fighting for his life and Bill is probably in a state of disarray, makes perfect sense. Will is attracted to Bill wiping the floor with Luna? In Bold and the Beautiful, Bill Spencer stands up for Luna Nozawa against everyone who challenges him, but it appears that Katie Logan may say something to him that he is unable to refute. It could even frighten Bill, which is no small accomplishment. Nevertheless, Bill is clearly incensed by what Katie knows about Luna, and it probably changes his perspective on the CBS serial opera. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Bill Spencer is pushed to the limit by Luna Nozawa. Will Spencer told his mother, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, last week on Bold and the Beautiful that Luna Nozawa was interested in him. Katie won't take this lightly, and she'll probably lash out at Dawn Diamond's character, Bill Spencer. Everywhere she goes, Luna inspires terror, and since Luna has her kid on her radar, Katie is probably terrified for him. Therefore, Katie probably holds Bill accountable for releasing this dangerous woman, just like all the other people who approached him. Beautiful and brave, Bill Spencer. Luna Nozawa. Bill Spencer advised Luna Nozawa to go out and live her life to the fullest on the day he ordered her to leave. He would simply want this as payment for his assistance to her. However, he will not tolerate Luna's attempt to woo his son. And Bill Spencer is probably pushed over the brink by this. B&B spoilers. Does Bill finally see that he was wrong about Luna? Next week, Bill Spencer has a lot on his plate on Bold and the Beautiful. Liam Spencer passed out after he lost his temper with him and left his home. After discovering him on Bill's front porch, Steffi Forrester dialed 911. However, nobody is aware of the Spencer son's fate. And he is unable to inform them as Liam is unconscious. Bill will therefore be preoccupied with his guilt about what he said to his son and with worries about Liam. However, when Katie attempted to persuade their son to go to sleep, she is certain to give Bill a hard time about his pet project, Luna Nozawa. Bill quickly discovers that Luna poses a threat to his family. Additionally, the murderer is attempting to integrate herself into the Spencer family, through Will Spencer, as Elector Forrester stated last week. Therefore, Bill Spencer is unquestionably in exceptional form to track down Luna Nozawa and verbally abuse her. Brave and lovely, Bill giveth and will be taken away soon? Fans of Bold and the Beautiful observed as Bill Spencer repeatedly assured Luna that she would never be a member of the Spencer family. However, it appears that she managed to get around that. Additionally, if she didn't keep straight and narrow, Bill threatened to cut the connection and send her back to prison. However, she was later pardoned. Therefore, this is most likely harbor to reverse. However, after hearing about Luna's affair with Will Spencer, Bill may come to the conclusion that Luna would be safer behind bars. Therefore, if he is unable to cancel the pardon, he might invent a crime for Luna that would result in her being taken away in handcuffs. On the Bold and the Beautiful, however, fans find something about Bill and Luna to be confusing. Bill claims that because of their comparable upbringings, he saw himself in her and took her under his wing. Fans, however, don't see it that way. Bill seemed to be concealing something that, if discovered, may be explosive. Additionally, fans of B&B believe that one plot line is going to clash with another. But until then, we don't know what Bill is concealing. B&B spoilers. Luna follows her desires. Luna is most likely being pursued by an irate Bill Spencer on Bold and the Beautiful. However, she probably does what she wants to even though he warns her that his family is not allowed. Bill will therefore have no choice but to return her to a prison where she will be unable to harm anyone. However, how? He may argue that she had defrauded him. He can also say that she put his life at danger. There are also plenty of individuals, like Steffi, who want her locked up again. In order to come up with a ruse to achieve this, it is likely that assistance in getting her back in jail is available. Instead, perhaps next week Bill Spencer will coattail on an event that falls into his lap. Liam was discovered on Bill's front walkway, unconscious. Nobody is aware that he is not a victim of foul play. His attending physician, Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creevy, even inquired as to whether he had been attacked. Thus, Bold and Beautiful has already given the audience this clue. Bill's creativity in Bold and the Beautiful? Bill might claim that Liam Spencer was attacked by Luna Nozawa. Bill would most likely have no trouble persuading his son to comply with this, even if Liam awakens. But first he would have to apologize to Liam for the terrible treatment of his son, which was probably the cause of his medical crisis. Therefore, Bill will probably have to cope with Luna invading his family, while Liam's fate is out in the question on Bold and the Beautiful next week. And throwing her back in jail with some classic Fassie and Spencer manipulation on the CBS soap opera is one way to guarantee she won't have access to Will Spencer ever again. According to recent events on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer's medical crisis has left him fighting for his life, and the Spencer family is in a state of chaos. Those closest to him have been very introspective and have engaged in significant emotional confrontations as a result of this unexpected tragedy. The crisis started when Liam lost it following a furious altercation with his father, Bill Spencer. The dispute got out of hand to the point where Liam collapsed and was admitted to the hospital after suffering from a sudden medical emergency brought on by stress and unresolved tensions. According to medical assessments, Liam had experienced a brain bleed, which was a serious ailment that needed to be treated right away. The news of his son's condition clearly shocked Bill Spencer, who was known for his stern and powerful manner. Bill was forced to face the truth of their tense relationship and the possible repercussions of their arguments after seeing Liam in such a vulnerable position. Bill's emotional agony was clear as he struggled with the potential of losing his son, and he was overcome with fear and remorse. The complicated dynamics within the Forrester family were also highlighted by the circumstance. Having had his share of arguments with Bill, Ridge Forrester was sucked into the emotional maelstrom. Ridge was moved by the occurrence to consider his personal connections as well as the significance of family members' understanding and healing. India Times. Liam's loved ones arrived at the hospital, each coping with the situation in their own unique manner, as his health remained serious. The news had a profound effect on Liam's ex-wife, Hope Logan, who is also the mother of his kid. She thought about their shared past and how his possible death would affect their family. Another important person in Liam's life, Steffi Forrester, had to manage a flurry of emotions while juggling her worries for Liam with the difficulties of their previous relationship. The events that transpired were a sobering reminder of how fleeting life is and how crucial it is to value connections. The families of Spencer and Forrester were forced to face their old grudges and reflect on the importance of solidarity and assistance in times of need. The event highlighted the value of empathy, forgiveness, and the enduring power of familial ties while they awaited information on Liam's condition. In conclusion, Liam Spencer's health crisis served as a springboard for introspection and perhaps healing between his loved ones. The event brought to light the complex network of connections and feelings that shape their lives, highlighting the necessity of putting love and compassion first even in the midst of hardship. According to the most recent developments on The Bold and the Beautiful, the Spencer family is inconsolable after a string of traumatic incidents. Liam Spencer's unanticipated medical crisis, which has shocked his family and friends, lies at the heart of this chaos. When Liam confronted his father, Bill Spencer, about Bill's backing of Luna, a contentious character in their life, the crisis started. As the dispute heated up, Bill brushed off Liam's worries as exaggerations. After Liam threatened to cut off relations with the family business as a result of this violent argument, Bill responded with insults and contempt before leaving. Liam's unexpected breakdown was caused by the extreme tension of this confrontation. Liam was found unconscious outdoors by Steffi Forrester Finnegan, who promptly called for help. Dr. Grace Buckingham at the hospital determined that Liam had a brain bleed, a potentially fatal illness that needed immediate medical attention. Liam flatlined throughout therapy, leaving his loved ones in a state of despair. WHatToWatch.com. Despite his strong demeanor, Bill Spencer was clearly troubled by the previous dispute with his son. Bill felt remorse and sadness after seeing Liam's delicate state and having to face the possible repercussions of their tense relationship. Important people in Liam's life, including his Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester, gathered to the hospital to consider their complicated connections with him while his condition remained critical. The circumstance served as a reminder of how fleeting life is and how crucial family harmony and understanding are. Deep emotional scars have been left on the Spencer family and their colleagues as a result of this series of events, underscoring the serious consequences of unresolved disputes and the pressing need for reconciliation and healing. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful reveal that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, were at odds. Since Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, absurd house arrest and subsequent even more absurd pardon, that confrontation had been intensifying. Many individuals were offended by Bill's role in first releasing Luna from prison and later having her murder convictions overturned. Liam informed his father that he was one of them. Bill and Liam have frequently argued. In recent years, however, they have enjoyed a period of calm. However, Bill's actions for Luna ended their truce and came right after Liam's most recent breakdown. The history of Liam Spencer's rapid fading. Loyal viewers are aware of Liam's past physical trauma. Therefore, it is possible to attribute his recent brain drain to previous head trauma. During a heated argument between Liam and Bill in the living room of the mansion, a humorous scene occurred. Bill informed Liam that he had lost two wonderful women, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. When Bill referred to Liam, he used the word waffle. Some claim that because Clifton took his love for two women for granted, his character wavered between them. But the waffle tag was a quintessential dollar bill jab since it was both humorous and true. The correct place for Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Liam met Steffi in Rome, Italy, a few years ago. Liam witnessed Hope kissing Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, in the Colosseum's shadow just minutes before that encounter. It was improbable that Liam would meet Steffi in Rome after being in the ideal position to witness Hope's stolen kiss. However, since this is soap opera, audiences are ready to suspend disbelief twice. Therefore, it wasn't shocking when Steffi discovered Liam on the ground outside Bill's mansion. Steffi was the ideal person to locate her ex-husband and the father of their daughter, Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paris McKinley, because to the limited cast roster of this final daytime steamer sport and the necessity to keep Liam alive. Peeling back the past of Bill Spencer. During his conversations with Luna, Bill made ambiguous allusions to his allegedly terrible upbringing. However, she was able to manipulate his feelings, resulting in her release from prison and, even more amazing, the dismissal of her charges. When Liam asked his father to share his past, Bill snubbed his nose and said no. Hopefully, Diamant's character will cover the soap opera void while Liam is recuperating. That unspoken aspect of Bill's life would enable him to express his emotions and help to explain his inflexible, protective behavior. Perhaps that occurs when Liam is unconscious, enabling Bill to divulge extremely private information without feeling uncomfortable. Expanding Bill's background would help put this important character in context and provide more understanding for his assistance to Luna.